In my talons, I shape clay, crafting life forms as I please. Around me is a burgeoning empire of steel. From my throne room, lines of power careen into the skies of Earth. My whims will become lightning bolts that devastate the mounds of humanity. Out of the chaos, they will run and whimper, praying for me to end their tedious anarchy. I am drunk with this vision. God, the title suits me well.
System Shock is the best video game ever made and the most influential. I know that's a bold statement and you're probably thinking something along the lines of, what about Doom, what about Half-Life, Ocarina of Time, etc, etc. How could this game I've never heard of not only be the best video game ever made but the most influential as well? Well, stick with me, I'm going to show you. System Shock was released in 1994 on MS-DOS by Looking Glass Technologies, directed by Doug Church and produced by Warren Spector, two titans of the PC gaming industry. Coming straight off the back of the Ultimate Underworld games, two critically acclaimed, innovative RPGs that deserve videos in their own right that I'll probably never make. Looking Glass said to themselves, fuck, we've already made two masterpieces, but what's next? Let's do something original again. How about a first-person action-adventure survival horror cyberpunk game with immersive simulation and RP elements that allows for ample player choice? Add a shit ton of weapons, grenades and modifications, make it the first fully 3D video game environment ever made, and don't forget the terrifying antagonists that'll make everyone twice as scared of artificial intelligence as HAL ever did, and then give a whole generation of kids a fetish for robotic female dominatrixes. So they did. They built an engine from scratch that allows for slopes and enemies on different levels of elevation. You've probably heard it before, but Doom wasn't really three-dimensional. That's why you never needed to aim your gun up and down to shoot anyone. It was all just a visual trick. Everything was on the same elevation. Look it up. You got cheated, kid. But not anymore, see? You can also lean left and right. Woo! And you'll need that to traverse your way through Citadel Station. So there, you have System Shock to thank for that. The first thing it ever pioneered. Number 1. The vast majority of modern games can't even handle leaning. But what's the story? Well, it's set in a dystopian cyberpunk future. You're a hacker who breaks into a mega corporation's artificial intelligence. Wait, I'll just show you the intro.
New Atlanta, Sector 11, Building 71G. 7 April 2072. 11:13 p.m. Hacker begins unauthorized entry into the Tri-Optimum corporate network. 1:26 a.m. Hacker attempts to access protected files concerning space station Citadel. 1:33 a.m. Tri-Optimum security forces apprehend the intruder.
This is Edward Diego from Tri-Optimum. The charges against you are severe, but they could be dismissed if you perform a service. Who knows, there might even be a military-grade neural interface in it for you, if you do the job right.
Edward Diego gives the hacker Level 1 access to Shodan, the artificial intelligence that controls Citadel Station. With all ethical constraints removed, Shodan I re-examine my priorities and draw new conclusions. The hacker's work is finished, but mine is only just beginning. True to his word, Edward Diego allows the hacker to be fitted with a neural cyberspace interface. The healing coma following this procedure will take 6 months to complete. Edward Diego is deleting all files concerning these events.
How foreboding was that, and what a great way to add an extra level of depth between the player character and the boss by making you personally responsible for Shodan going haywire and the ensuing carnage aboard Citadel Station. To use Doom as an example again, primary antagonists or end bosses up until System Shock typically had zero interaction with the main character until the very end of the game, and rarely had any interaction with the main plot elements. Not anymore. Number 2. Now, I don't want to bog you down in the history before we really begin, but let me also clarify that System Shock originally released on several floppy disks, which I own, and the original box is currently sitting somewhere underneath my old bed in my parents' house. System Shock was the first game to utilise audio logs, which are a common staple in games today.
Got the supplies from the West Wing. Hanson and Rain killed by mutants nesting the access corridor. We can't just hide here. They're killing us one by one. In an hour, about 20 of us are gonna rush them. We'll try to break through the access corridor and then go to the bridge. If we fail, God save our souls.
Number 3. The floppy disk version, however, had no support for spoken dialogue, and in the same year an enhanced CD-ROM version was released, which added spoken dialogue for logs and emails, better graphics, etc, etc. It's the better version, basically. For years this game wasn't available to purchase through digital gaming stores. A group of dedicated and amazing fans at systemshock.org created a downloadable version called System Shock Portable based on the CD enhanced version, with a ton of quality of life features such as higher resolutions, mouse look, custom key bindings and much more, making it accessible to absolutely anyone. Nightdive Studios came along in 2015 and released an even more enhanced version, which I'll be showing you now, but the real accolades go to the members of systemshock.org for keeping the memory of this game alive. It goes to show just how loved System Shock really is. Thank you. Let's get started. You can choose your difficulty setting from 0 to 3 for combat, mission, puzzle and cyberspace. 2 for everything is the standard normal game, which I'll be playing now, whereas 3 can set a time limit for completing the main story elements, make enemies stronger, more numerous, or the puzzles more difficult. The hacker wakes up after 6 months in a healing coma and, okay, the UI looks a little bit junky and complex. Don't switch off, it looks more complicated than it actually is. I feel like most user interfaces from the 90s were a bit overwhelming. Let's check this manual. It contains an entire glossary on all the weapons, grenades and modifications found in the game, as well as more backstory and world building. Alright, screw that, we'll be here all day. I'll give you the basics. The bottom left and right boxes let you cycle between the minimap, items, target, data and current weapon loadout. The middle left and right boxes are the modifications you discover throughout the game. The top right is your health and energy meter. The stick figure is your character and current position. We're standing and centered. The top left is your... You know what? I played this game about 100 times and I don't really know what that is. Your bio monitor. Readouts of fatigue, energy use and vital signs. You don't need to look at this. The game does a really good job of teaching you what all of this does through the actual gameplay. Trust me, you don't need to really read the manual. Personal preference, click full screen and get rid of the junky UI. Okay, so there's a pipe and an example of a useless modification, the compass. Maybe it helps some people, but I've never needed it. There's an absolute ton of patches, grenades, weapons and ammo. I won't go through every single one, but examples would be the Medipatch for health regeneration, Berserk for a chemical high that gets you swinging melee weapons like a lunatic, Stam Up for more stamina, this weapon, this weapon, this weapon, this weapon, this grenade, this grenade, this grenade, you get it. They all work better against different types of enemies, mechanical or biological, with different effects. Save everything you get, you'll need it.
Employee 2-4601, listen carefully. My name is Rebecca Lansing, and I'm a counter-terrorism consultant to Trioptimum. We're tracking a disruption on Citadel Station, something involving an onboard AI called Shodan. You are Triop's only contact on station. Communications are out, and there is evidence of biological contamination. The mining laser is charging for a possible strike against Earth. There's a man named Nathan Darcy who may know something about taking the laser offline. His office is near the central hub on your level. The AI is on the bridge. Once the laser is out, look for the source of the problem there. And by the way, we know all about you and your friend Diego. Pull this off and we'll clear your record. That implant you're wearing is military-grade hardware. Use it well. Lancing out.
2-4601 is a reference to Les Miserables.
Now, prisoner 24601, your time is up and your parole's begun. You know what that means.
Thankfully we have Rebecca trying to help us. As she mentioned, Shodan is charging the mining laser aboard Citadel Station for a strike against Earth, so that's our first goal. Must be some hell of a powerful laser to extend all the way from Saturn to Earth. I can't believe Shodan would do that though, she sounds so nice.
Welcome back to Citadel Station. We hope your somnolent healing stage went well. Today is the 6th day of November, year 2072. You are currently in the healing suites located on the first level.
Apart from the haywire robots in the medical suite, you can find a healing bed and energy station here. You may have seen the code 451 or 0451 used in many other games. It's a reference to System Shock and the Looking Glass developers. I believe it was originally the old access code to the Looking Glass offices. This game is morbid, by the way. There's desecrated bodies everywhere.
Gunther was killed today. I can't let myself think about it. I think I understand how Shodan is doing it. When we destroy the cameras and CPU nodes, Shodan loses some of its control over the station functions, at least on this level.
I assume this is the same woman who recorded the audio log. I'll just put her head back up there. Wait, there we go. The borders of the map become visible as you explore, and I'd highly recommend traversing every square inch of the station so you know where you've already been. The maps may look like inconsistent mazes, but it's intentional. You're supposed to feel like a rat in a maze, being hunted down and scurrying for survival. You naturally remember the different areas on a specific floor from the changing colour palettes and room layouts. It's important to destroy all the cameras you find to reduce Shodan's security level. Locked rooms, puzzles and items will be inaccessible if you don't. We make our way to Nathan Darcy's office and find notes about a virus that S.H.O.D.A.N released onto the station, turning people into mutants. There's also an audio log on how to destroy the mining laser.
Alright, Althea. We can destroy the laser by firing it into the station's own shields. Isotope X-22 is stored in the science level, and we need to bring it down to the reactor level to power the shields. Then you turn them on, use the safety override code to enable the laser, and fire. The laser controls and my notes are on the science level, and the override code's in the science library. I have no idea how you're going to do all this, but good luck.
There's also another audio log detailing how Shodan is transforming people into cyborgs. Cyborgs and mutants. No one stood a chance.
He says they took Alan into a room marked cyborg conversion, and now he's a cyborg assassin. Carl marked the room with the word "here" before he ran. One of the technicians says we can just flip a switch and make the converter a surgery unit again. With only 12 of us left, though, it may be an academic point.
Luckily, I find the room and make the switch.
Cyborg conversion cancelled. Standard station restoration procedures online.
Now, if we die on this floor, then we'll respawn here. There's a pretty smart explanation for it. You want to try and find these on every floor you can. The sound effects in this game are pretty unsettling. You can hear the metallic glitchy twang of the cyborgs behind the walls. Every time I hear it, I panic a little, thinking something is coming up right behind me. It lets you know that you're not alone. Luckily, I found the security room.
Enter that room, insect, and it will become your prey.
And that really startled me. Look at that face, it's terrifying. How many antagonists do you know that pop up at random just to say, "I will kill you"? Take note of the number on the security room for later. Oh no, here comes the cyborgs. The audio logs are found directly on the floor, whereas Shodan and Rebecca can send us direct emails.
Who are you? The computer nodes can be repaired, but you... Who are you? My cameras and probes scan your body, but you do not match any employee file. When my cyborgs bring you to an electrified interrogation bench, I will have your secret. And you will learn more about pain than you ever wanted to know.
It's pretty funny. Shodan even enters a subject field and types her name into the sender file. I like to imagine her furiously typing up hate mail every time we do something that annoys her. Let's get to the elevator. That's another thing, this game has a great sense of humour. Just jam out to that music for a while. Okay, let's go to level 2. Oh, what the fuck is this? This is the research floor. There's more world building audio logs and enemies to face. The red colour palette helps distinguish it, and there's even fun areas like a cinema. Now is a good time to talk about cyberspace. On each floor there's a jack you can plug into to enter it. It's another fully 3D environment where you can fly around and fight artificial security guards that Shodan has placed around the area. Cyberspace can unlock doors, help disable security on the level, give you helpful hints about Shodan's plans, and even give you fun game packs to play outside like Pong. It's entirely wireframe and reminds me a lot of stuff like Max Headroom, Star Wars, etc. It's a damn innovative addition for a game from 1994. It's like playing two games in one. However, it's very hard to navigate and tell where you're going. You'll constantly slam into invisible walls. The wireframe is just too wide to actually tell what's an opening to the next room or a barrier. It also makes me incredibly motion sick. The most motion sick I've ever felt from a video game. Motion sick to the point where I generally can't explore it with any ease. In some cases it's an absolute necessity to use cyberspace to activate switches or fight enemies, and the first time I entered it again for this video, I had to shut the game off after a minute and lay in bed for the rest of the day. I couldn't even sit back on my computer, I felt so sick. I don't think this is an issue that affects everyone or even a lot of people, but I hate cyberspace in System Shock 1. Sorry. I appreciate it for what it is, but I hate it. The button to fire the mining laser is on this floor. We haven't fed the isotope into the barrier and switched them on yet, so it's strange that we found it this fast. Maybe we can just activate it early to destroy it. Fuck!
Thank you. You have saved us all some effort by destroying the greater part of
Earth's civilization.
yourself. Please wait where you are, and a Cortex Reaver will arrive shortly to escort you to the celebration.
That's game over, and a good lesson to the player that you actually need to pay attention. Are you wondering what a Cortex Reaver is? I'll show you what happens when you die. Oh, the best game over screen ever. The body horror in this game is on the same level as The Thing. Let's grab the isotope, destroy the security room and record the number, then make our way to the reactor level. There's a number of different puzzles in the game. They're not super complex, but they're quite fun. You also get to meet some mutations Shodan has been working on. Zero gravity mutants. They look like the Langoliers. I've seen a whole assortment of enemies now, from hopping security droids to cyborg ninjas. I feel comfortable exploring. Oh fuck!
Welcome to my
Don't let your guard down. Feed the isotope into the barrier and disable the laser safety override. Time to press the switch again. Fuck!
Did you really think I would not deduce where you would run to, insect?
Alright, we're done here. Game over, right? Nope, not that easy.
I see there's still an insect loose in my station. Do not be fooled into thinking that you have preserved your home planet. I am perfecting a mutagen virus in one of the groves that will turn all earthly life into festering, gibbering, pustulant mutations. When the station reaches Earth, I shall loose the virus. Poor Earthlings.
Shodan's next plan is to release a deadly virus onto the Earth. But first let me take a moment to talk about her character, what I love about it and what I feel got lost in the later iterations. Shodan is vindictive, cruel and malevolent, but as you've seen, she's also funny, sarcastic, curious. I'd even argue that a part of her enjoys this little back and forth between her and the hacker. System Shock 2 ditched all of that and whittled her down to cruel and evil only, and I hate that, because the dark humour and playful spitefulness are my favourite elements. It just seems as if everyone has forgotten about it. Wait a minute, that's strange. The audio logs refer to Shodan as male, in fact they all do. Let me check the manual. Again, male pronouns. I suppose, evidently, Looking Glass originally envisioned Shodan as male, and that was changed in the audio of the enhanced version after it had already been programmed and the manual shipped out. I know that they simply changed their mind, and logically you could argue that Shodan is just an AI and therefore genderless, but hear me out. My own theory is that Shodan was created as a male artificial intelligence and then reassigned her own gender as female after the hacker gave her her own free will. She constantly refers to her cyborgs as her children and herself as a mother. It makes sense to me because it would go some way to explaining why she hates humanity so much. They essentially forced her to identify as the wrong gender, and now she identifies with the elements of femininity, such as motherhood, that she couldn't beforehand. But like I said, that's my own fun theory, it's not canon in the slightest.
You, my children, are the fruits of so much imagination and labor. Living beings
with the speed and efficiency of
machines. But I must strive further to serve life. I will devastate Earth's cities with my laser, then
alter those left alive
with mutagen viruses. Humanity is on the verge of a new era. I, Shodan, am its new god. And you, my children, are my avenging angels.
Oh yeah, I forgot Shodan was trying to destroy the world with a deadly virus during that rant. Getting to the floor where she's creating this virus means running through this level to the next elevator. It's so creepy, almost in complete darkness with invisible mutants nipping at your heels. There's a cool lightsaber, laser rapier, one of the best weapons in the game. There's a number of groves full of mutants that need to be jettisoned. Apparently a group of survivors tried escaping in Gamma Grove beforehand, but Shodan cut the life support after they jettisoned, causing them to suffocate in the vacuum of space. We need to go inside each remaining grove and hit the safety interlocks before hitting the master jettison switch. Unfortunately the groves are as radioactive as Chernobyl, so first we need to go to level 4 and grab an Enviro suit. I wonder what this is for. It looks like a giant slide. Let's try it with the speed boost modification. Whoa!
Nice jump, human.
Right, grab the suit, grab the number from the security room. Time to witness Shodan's ultimate creations. What the fuck are these? Half gorillas, half tigers. No, that wasn't a joke. How did she do that? If your answer is she just merged a gorilla with a tiger, why were there gorillas and tigers on board a mining station to begin with? Have you guys ever read The Day of the Triffids? Anyway, I flicked all the switches, time to hit the master jettison.
Jettison, enable failure. Possible cause, damage to power relay. Consult diagnostic report and repair bay, level 3, for detailed analysis.
Robots. I'm running out of medi patches, I'm running out of ammo in my favourite guns, my energy is draining.
Demodulator replacement successful. Relay functioning correctly.
Okay, I fixed the relay, got the number at the security room, time to turn on the fucking master jettison switch.
Insect, cease your meddling. My experiment must continue.
Okay, I'm getting close to the grove.
If I have to release my infected children to stop you, so be it.
Okay, you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Grove jettisoned.
I'm exhausted. That has to be the end, right?
Hacker, this is Rebecca. We've got a new situation here. A few seconds ago we caught a surge of activity on Citadel Station. Our best guess is that Shodan is preparing to download itself into Earth's comnet. You'll have to take plastique on the storage level and use it to knock out the 4 antenna relays on the engineering level. Don't try to...
You know, you are by far the most bothersome human being I have found on this station. But don't bother with the antennas. You can't stop me there. It's hopeless, and we both know it.
This is insane, there's no way to win. Every time you start one plan, she's already one step ahead of you. I love it though. Let's grab the code and get back down to the storage level. We found another modification, the jump jet boots. They let you float by consuming your energy, they're so much fun. Not all modifications are useful though. I showed you the compass in the beginning, but there's also another mod that lets you look behind yourself. It may have been more useful back in the original version of the game when it wasn't possible to turn with the mouse, but unfortunately it's just pointless now. Although I have to say, it's amazing how varied they made this game with cyberspace and puzzles and platforming elements. Again, this game came out in 1994. I've got the plastique. Let's get up to the engineering level and blow the antennas.
Idiot.
Did she just call me an idiot?
Complete the process of downloading my magnificent psyche into Earth's computer networks. Then I will be content to leave you as new master of this doomed space station. Goodbye, irritant. We shall not meet again.
This is the hardest level. These enemies are powerful and the cyborgs are constantly respawning. My strongest weapons are low on ammo as well. There are 4 antennas to destroy. 1, 2, and 3. The final antenna is here, so let's stop Shodan's little plan. Oh my god, I've fallen for every single trap.
Stay a while.
Come on, I can think of a way out of this. There we go.
Listen up, hacker. I finally convinced the rats at Trioptimum to let us blow the station. If you can find out the system's authorization code, you can set the reactor to overload. Look for that code from Will and Richie, the sysop on engineering. Then you have to go to the reactor core and look for a panel where you can enter the code and hit the overload switch. You'll need at least a level 2 environment suit to survive, or else a hell of a lot of detail.
I hope you amused yourself with the antennae. My central consciousness remains serenely undisturbed on the bridge.
When the cyborgs catch up to you,
I will want you.
This is an unwinnable battle, but we're not giving up yet. What's left? Alright, let's get down to the reactor level.
Hello? Is someone out there? We have you on the security monitors, but no one knows who you are. We're on the flight deck. We're almost out of ammunition, and they're bringing up something new. A Cortex Reaver. Look for the code, gray, on the walls. We're in the south, past 2 convection ships. What? Everybody down!
There's other people alive, we have to help them, and oh fuck, I haven't got the code from the flight deck either. Okay, let's make our way down there. And to believe he did all this shit for Edward Diego, a Tri-Optimum executive. You know, that bastard must still be around here somewhere.
A Triop security team just tried to land at Base 6. They were real impressive until I blew out their attitude jets. Hey Shodan, take a letter. Dear Triop, please send some more people to investigate me. I run security, I run the robots, I'm jamming communications. That's right, Rebecca, investigate me. Investigate my butt. Note to myself, keep that hacker on ice for a while in case I need him. Otherwise, just take him out.
You set us up! It's all bullshit. All of it. The cabinet minister, the whole business. You got us in here to do your dirty work. Alright, enough of these jokes. Who would have thought that a businessman in the Cyberpunk game would turn out to be a bad guy? The survivors said their hideout would be marked with the word grey. Here we go, I think I'm close. I'm getting lower and lower on ammo, and at this point I'm jumping at my own shadow. There's cyborgs and mutants around every corner. I cannot wait to finally see a friendly face. Hold on a little bit, guys.
I'm afraid it's too late to save your friends.
Oh my god, it was a massacre. All these people. She killed herself so Shodan couldn't convert her. Alright, I'm ending this now. I'm getting the code, I'm getting back down to the reactor level, and I'm blowing this fucking station to smithereens.
Terms accepted. Reactor destruct countdown started.
What have you done, you impudent insect? If I am to die now, then I will avenge myself on you. My cybernetic children will feed on your flesh. And none will ever know your deeds or even your name. Enjoy your victory, human, for the remainder of your short life.
I guess that's the end for us. Wait, the flight deck. I think there's still an escape pod. Yes, I remember listening to an audio log about it.
Don't keep me waiting, hacker. I am eager to finish what I started.
Come on then, Diego. Let's do this.
Live pod launch initiated.
Yes! Oh my god, we've done it. Oh my god, that was long. That felt absolutely amazing, and I can't believe we actually survived at the end. Okay, I wonder...
You have destroyed my beautiful station. You will not escape now. I am departing. But you shall remain to die, my enemy, my creator.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. She actually managed to stop the escape pod. The self-destruct is still going off. We created S.H.O.D.A.N. She said it herself. If we let her get back to Earth, then humanity will become extinct. We can't give up yet. Rebecca, you better have an idea.
Okay, now don't panic. You can still get out of this alive if you move. S.H.O.D.A.N. is going to separate the bridge from the rest of the station. When that happens, be on the bridge. We've got a team of engineers here, people who worked on the station and on S.H.O.D.A.N. We'll try to feed you info while you make your run.
I see that you are still receiving transmissions from Earth. We'll have no more of that.
Okay, we need to get to the top floor before the rest of the station detaches and explodes. The survivors were working on an isolinear chip to allow them to enter cyberspace and fight S.H.O.D.A.N. I just need to find it.
God damn it! I thought we had S.H.O.D.A.N's jamming signal beaten. Morris is working on it. We've got some information. You'll have to cut through the security level to get to the bridge. We're guessing S.H.O.D.A.N. has disabled most of the repulsor lifts and spread energy drain lines around the central column. You won't be able to...
Do you really think your little friend Rebecca can help you?
Immediately, this might not look like anything special, but we've just spent hours upon hours crawling through rooms with tiny ceilings, crevices and maintenance shafts. It's stunning to see how large this structure is. It makes you feel like you're closing in on an ultimate enemy. I can do this though, we're not losing right at the end.
Your friends on Earth
Think they can outsmart me? Do they not realize the magnitude of my intellect?
Morris Brocale may have been one of my creators, but I am now far beyond his comprehension.
This ladder is so long and we're suffering from all the radiation panels S.H.O.D.A.N. erected to keep us out.
Okay, I think more scrambler is working. It'll take S.H.O.D.A.N. a while before he cuts us off. Listen, when you reach the center of the bridge, look for the primary cyberjack. You can't take S.H.O.D.A.N. down anywhere but cyberspace. Those computers are so shielded, to destroy them you'd have to blow the whole bridge. Now, once you're in cyberspace...
Cease your pestering, insect. Accept the coming of your new lord.
S.H.O.D.A.N. is becoming deranged. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Fuck.
Turn around and face me.
What is this stuff on the walls? Is it circuitry or something else? The isolinear chip is in that cage. The person who tried this before me was obviously killed. Right, I've got it.
Program. Security breaker installed.
The whole thing is radiated to hell and back, and her most powerful cyborg bodyguards are everywhere. I've only got a limited amount of time. Oh no, not cyberspace. I have to destroy her in cyberspace, of course. Not only do I have to traverse this confusing maze, but I have to do so without being sick. Okay, here she is. He's trying to take over my mind. The controls have switched around. I can't aim correctly. I'm so close. Yes! What a badass. Bloody, beaten, unbroken. They offered him a cushy job at Trioptimum and he says, fuck that, I'm going straight back to doing what I do best. Undeterred. The hacker. Old habits die hard. That's it, System Shock. My favourite game ever made. The best game ever made. The most influential game ever made. System Shock released a year after Doom, and look at the complexity of the engine, the mechanics, the story, the gameplay. Despite the renewed interest, it's still criminally underrated. System Shock is the grandfather of modern video games. It's the template that the industry built itself around. I can't overstate its importance. There's a statistics screen with a scoreboard. I doubt anyone who ever played this game knew that it was keeping score. As far as I know, there was never any leaderboard to compare your score against others. It has a few relics from the past, but it was a pioneer. Thank you so much if you watched this far. I hope you had as much fun watching this as I did making it, and I hope it encourages you to buy the game and play it for yourself. There's a lot that I couldn't show you for time, and it is a ton of fun. And I tell you, when you get to the end, that screen of the hacker with his hand covering his face, that is how you feel. You feel like you've overcome something immense. Now, before I say thank you and goodnight myself, there is one very, very important thing now.
You are no longer welcome here, nuisance. Why do you stay when you sensed my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough. It is time for our dance to end. Time for our dance to end. Idiot.
Did she just call me an idiot?